Good morning, welcome to a vlog where I'm gonna just go on a long run and show you how I do it. And I'm not showing you how I do it because I'm a professional, I'm showing you how I do it because I thought it would be an interesting vlog to watch back one day when I do know what I'm doing. Maybe not a professional, likely not a professional, but have more experience. So this will be my longest ever run by quite a bit. And I wanted to just, vlog the experience. So yeah, here is my before long run routine, I suppose. And I'm still in like somewhat of an experimentation phase where like I'm in my marathon training and I'm like trying different fueling and everything, so I'm having a different pre-run snack right now, but I did have it yesterday as a snack, so I'm hoping that little bit of exposure helps so I don't completely, throw up. I'm running 32 kilometers today. I'm going to have one crumpet, square crumpet with some jam. I might have some salt, or I might just have some water with salt in it because I've been told, my partner does it and he's like, says that it helps him not need to pee straight away, and like actually hold on to his water. I'm gonna do that and just give it a go. And part of my issue out there is that like I want to stop because I need to pee, and then I stop to pee and I can't pee when I'm sitting down, so I think that's annoying. And it like ruins my mojo, like my momentum. Okay, I'm gonna put salt like on just an edge of it, just so I don't ruin the whole thing. That's fine. I woke up at 2:12 a.m. I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't get 8 hours sleep or anything, but I finished work at 7:15 p.m. So came home, had to finish off some work from home and had some dinner, then went to bed. And it took me a little bit to get to bed, not too long, which was surprising, but just because my food hadn't digested yet. So yeah, but I'm up early because I do like running in the dark, to be honest. It's only mildly scary and I find it empowering in a way. And what I did miss about the Gold Coast, because I'm from there, if you don't already know, and I moved here about 4 months ago, is that I like that it the sun came up early and everything, but I like here that it doesn't come up as early. So we've got daylight savings at the moment, which means that it's even later that the sun comes out. And that means that it's darker for longer, and I do like it and I don't like it. There's pros and cons, but for runs I do like it. I'm also now choosing to wake up even earlier because I want to run in the dark for even longer, because mostly I just don't want to put sunscreen on. So hopefully I'll be finished running by 8 a.m. I'll only start running in about an hour because I want to make sure that this is digested and I'm fully warmed up. I'm not going to rush. That's something that I'm also adjusting, is that usually I allow myself 45 to 60 minutes and I just don't want to rush and make myself have to go and start running if I'm not ready yet. If that means waking up early, that means waking up earlier, and that's fine with me. Sometimes for people it means just starting later, but for me, I don't want to have to put sunscreen on, but I'm going to be running for 4 hours or so first anyway, so I can't, it's going to wear off, and then I don't want to be sweaty and then try to put sunscreen on because it's not going to stick. So it's just not safe from that perspective. But yeah, I'm just not fast enough yet for me to not have to start earlier, to be honest. And I'm okay with that. Let's eat, and then I'm gonna start. I'll get ready and then I'll take you through my warm-up. Let's get my shoes on. You know that you're in marathon prep or just running a lot when these shoes are new and not even 2 weeks old. They've already got over 50 Ks on them, and they haven't even been the only shoes I've worn in the last 2 weeks either. So they've only got one long run in them. And actually, if you've been keeping up with my vlogs, you'll have seen that my longest ever run is actually 27 kilometers. And that was a rough run. But they're the runs that, you know, condition us into who we need to be able to run a freaking marathon, because it's supposed to be hard. So if our training runs are easy, we're not really preparing ourselves for much. So yeah, 27 kilometers was my longest run, and I was supposed to have a 29 kilometer run last week, and I did go out on it. Felt like pretty decent until it really just didn't. Pretty suddenly in the last couple of kilometers of it, it was just like very painful and uncomfortable, which is fine because you can push through that, you have to. But then I got this stitch in my stomach and it was just not going away, and I stopped for a bit because I had to, like it was a stitch that I couldn't run through. I have some occasionally where I just need to breathe through it, and it's uncomfortable, like very uncomfortable, but I can get through it and I can like fix it, I suppose. But that one, I couldn't, like I just had to stop running and then breathe. And then when I thought I was okay, I'd start running again, and then it would start again, and yeah, it just wasn't going away. So I figured, like, it's not really worth running 100 meters at a time and increasingly less for another, I had 7.5 kilometers left. I did 21.5 kilometers. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call it here. Actually leave it as a run, as complete as it could be, and finish off my kilometers tomorrow. And I did that, and I just finished them off on the treadmill the next day. Yes, it's quite a big jump up from having done 27 kilometers 2 weeks ago, or just over. And I've done, you know, the half marathon then, and I've done increasingly more kilometers each week. Not that it's been that long since, but you know, I'm still doing all my kilometers in a week, but this will be my longest ever long run in one go. I'll still stop along the way. I'm thinking of breaking it up into 8-kilometer blocks. Okay, so this is my outfit. I'm running in Indefinable Label. So this is the sports bra from the first collection, the Power Sports Bra in jet black, and I'm just wearing size small. It's got a cross back. And then these shorts are not released yet, actually. They will be in the next collection for the women's. And they've got pockets on the side, so you can fit a whole phone in there. I'll put my phone in my jacket anyway. I'll probably put some gels in there just so it's easy access. I like these for running because like my thighs touch, so I always just have to put chafing cream on anytime I wear shorts. But because these shorts cover all the way of where my legs touch, I don't have to wear shaving cream, which is just one less thing to worry about. The shoes are Asics Nova Blast 5, I think it is. Okay, so this is my bag. It's from Osprey. It's the Dyna 6, and I think I have a size small. I've got my sunglasses I'm going to put in the back. I'm going to trial not having my bladder in the back this time because it's a lot of weight on my back. So I'm just going to have 2 flasks at the front and then just fill them up if I need to along the way. So I think that's all I need in the back there. So I'm going to snap in there. I got these ready last night, so I didn't have to think about it, but I've got electrolytes, so like 1 electrolyte sachet across the 2, and then just chuck them. I'm going to bring a head torch. One of these head torches I wore on my on my, oh yeah, this one. I was going to say I wore on my half marathon trail run, and I haven't charged them since, and I just realised that this one's dirty, so it's probably that one. So I'm not going to take that one, I'm going to take this one. And it's a head torch, so I'll put it on my head, just because it is dark. And then for fuel, so I've got 5 gels I'm going to take, and I'm going to try to take them every 5 kilometres or so, but it's more so about time. So between every 30-35 minutes or so, I find for myself is pretty optimal, sometimes even before the 30-minute mark, just so that by the time I've finished it, it's hit that 30-minute mark. So I've got to be prompt with them. But yes, I'm bringing 5 of those, and I'm trying to bring 2 of these. I might have like 1 less of that or 1 less of this, or might have it all and wish I brought more. Don't know. This is all still trialing for race day, which essentially isn't really a race. It's just want to run a marathon. But these as well, same thing with the crumpet. I had one of these yesterday to remind my body what it felt like to eat it and to process it. Hopefully it goes well on the actual run. Yeah, there's Uncle Toby's chewy oat bar thing with chocolate chips on it. So yes, so the cola and the berry burst in my pockets because I'll want to eat those pretty soon. There's a lot of pockets in this thing. Put my phone in this one. It feels better not having the weight on my back, but now it's on the front, so we'll see how that feels. I've got my GoPro, so that's the next thing I've got to think about where to put. I'll just not bring my tripod. So now that should... There we go. And then I've got this watch that I hope is charged. I'm always paranoid putting it on that I'm going to set it off, but essentially it's like a safety alarm, so... What time is it, by the way? It's 3:25, so just over an hour. It doesn't have to take this long to get ready for a run, but it's just, I really didn't want to rush. If you tap this alarm twice, or the button twice, a really loud alarm sounds. And so I only really have been wearing it on my runs where I'm in the dark. I didn't take it to the Gold Coast, but whilst I'm here, like home, just to be extra safe, because you never know if either I'll need it or if, you know, someone nearby or something nearby needs it, if someone's, you know, getting attacked or whatever, I don't know. So better safe than sorry. And it's not going to obviously save me necessarily, like, from getting hurt, but it might at least draw attention to the situation to where the other person will be scared to do anything and then fuck off, or it will at least draw attention to the situation in general, and even if I don't make it out alive or okay, at least there's some proof, because sometimes it's words against words and that's not enough, so this might help. There'd be some witnesses, I don't know. I think we're ready. I'm going to chuck this on, then I'm going to head out. I'm going to go for a run.
Alright, it's a bit windy, sorry. It's not too bad though. 5 kilometres in, I've just had my first gel. Was feeling pretty hungry at like 3 kilometres in. I'm like, oh god. So I was like, yeah, I'll have my gel a bit earlier. So just after 4k I started having it. But I like to have it slowly so I don't feel sick after just downing it. Yeah, feeling pretty good so far. Let's go. I was about to put you down on this ledge. Oh, it went away. Yeah, no. I was about to put you down on this ledge, but then there's like, it was this thing here. Little like wooden thing. Can't walk away too far. But there was a little snake sticking its head out of it, so yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm 8.17 kilometers in. Let's have some water. Just having one of my little scheduled breaks, so I think I will just like break it up into 8 kilometers at a time. I'm just going to move my head torch into the back so this frees up some space. I'm feeling alright, to be honest, like not Not too shabby just yet, but we are only a quarter way through. But also, we are a quarter way through. It's just... So, that's pretty good. Let's go. Oh my god, another runner is coming, finally. I've been alone this whole time. Actually no, I saw like 5 people in the first kilometre at 3:30 a.m, but they were just walking. Alright, 16.08 kilometres in. Just stopped at the top of a hill so that I could start running back down. But we're about halfway now. Well, we are halfway. Woo!
Hey, how are you?
Good. There's a lot of hills around here. There's this, I haven't ever been this far along. I mean, I've driven down here once, I think. Alright, let's go. 23.12 kilometres in. I just had my third break a little bit earlier because I just really needed to go to the bathroom, if you know what I mean. There was a moment there where I had to like, I was still running, but I just had a deep rest, so I didn't shit myself. It's just the reality of running. And then I just told myself I don't care if it's too early or a little bit later than 8 kilometres, I'm gonna go to the next bathroom I see. So I did. And now I'm on my last leg, just about almost 9 kilometres left. Let's smash it. .38 kilometres in. I get really confused when it says like my fastest 1k or fastest mile, and then it's like 6 minutes something. Like, no, I've done faster than that. But maybe it means like fastest for that distance, or for like a distance that's within that, I don't know. But we're done. Feel better than I did after the 27k. Still feel poop, not gonna lie, but also probably on a bit of a high. Okay, so as you know, I stopped after 8k's, another 8k's, and then at like 7.1 or 2k's or something to go to the bathroom. And then I was going to try and do that whole stretch, the 9 or so kilometres, but I got that bad stitch again. It wasn't as bad, it was close to. I did have to stop. I tried to just breathe through it at first, but then I stopped when I had, I think it was like 5 or 4 kilometres left, I can't remember. But I'll be able to check my phone in the, like, what's called the lap or something, like my paces per kilometre, because I dramatically had to decrease my speed. I didn't want to stop for too long, because even that stop where I did try to like stretch it out, have my arms above my head and do whatever, didn't help. But I was able to like breathe through it, and it was painful, slowly decreasing the pain, or just, you know, leveling out with everything else being just as uncomfortable, and me seeing the finish line getting closer and closer. So the pain didn't really go away, but I just managed it, I suppose, dealt with it, put up with it for the rest of it, which, yeah, you know what, I'm proud of. So yeah, so excited for a shower though.
That stumble home was brutal. I'm gonna do a light stretch just so that my body is not too fucked, and then I'll have a shower and stretch a bit more. Put the aircon on so that by the time I get out of the shower, it's nice and cool out here. Not that it's hot outside, it's supposed to be extreme heat today though. That's why, another reason why it's good to get up early. But yeah, was done by 7:30, which was unexpected. I guess that's like 3 hours. What? I started at 3:30, had it? It's 4 hours. Yeah. So my elapsed time was probably just about 4 hours. I don't have my thing. I'll put my stuff up on the screen when I debrief, but I definitely have been neglecting stretching lately a bit. I don't never do it. I still stretch every day, but just not a complete full body stretch, and maybe not for as long as I should, and definitely not every body part that I should. Oh, this one's gonna, oh, I can hear my knees creaking. is for my hips. Oh, there's the aircon coming on. Oh, I don't feel my stitch now or when I was walking home. It was just only when I was running. And it's like when I step down on my foot, because that's when you need to like brace your core, I suppose, and that's when it hurts the most. So it's just like stab, stab, stab. So yeah, if you have any tips for dealing with like stitches, I have some things that help me, but it doesn't always help with this type. Sometimes I have like higher up or sometimes lower down, but more so higher up. And those ones aren't as intense and I know how to get rid of them or manage them. But the one that happens like right here that's super sharp and just comes on all this, like pretty suddenly, I don't really know how to get rid of my feet. Okay, I'm gonna have a shower. Oh fuck. Okay, I'm gonna have a shower. Hopefully the heat from the water helps. Or the ice. I might do like ice and warm bath today, I'm not sure, but I'll take you along with the rest of my day today. Let's go. I'm gonna do some stretches. I'm just in comfy clothes. It's a nice shower. I did not want to get out. So nice and warm. But I'm gonna do some stretches. I'll just put on like a time lapse or something. Just know that what I do here doesn't mean that this is all I do, and it also doesn't mean that you shouldn't do more or should do less, or like, just make sure you listen to your body, to what your body needs, because sometimes stretches or warm-ups that I do are specific to not necessarily injuries I have, but any like imbalances that I have, or you know, my specific body and how it works or currently isn't working, if that makes sense. Leaning towards the word injury without saying the word injury, because I don't think it's an injury, it's just like my body. I am currently wearing Indefinable the Labels Next collection for the men's oversized shirt. So this is size extra. This is extra small. So it is men's and it's oversized, so they're big. But they come in extra small, extra small all the way to 3XL. So yeah, and so it's a good oversized fit, I find. I've also got an extra small in, I think, the blue colour, because I just love it. So it's got in black, Indefinable with a full stop, and then on the side it's got ITL, the logo, embroidered, and it's really nice. It's 100% organic cotton, and yeah, I'm hopefully, because this is kind of dirty, I'm hoping that this doesn't dirty the shirt. My nervous system is very excited because I'm like super proud of myself, obviously, as I should be. And I've just been texting my partner, being like, yeah, look what I did. And he's like, yeah, look what you did. Ugh. So I'm happy right now. And I remember sitting here 4 hours ago, a bit over 4 hours ago maybe now, when I was warming up, thinking, okay, I am about to be in some uncomfortable feet and scenarios and whatever for the next several hours. And then I told myself, like, you know what, you're going to be back here stretching afterwards, or going in the shower and talking to the camera, having done it in like no time. It'll feel like no time has passed, and now I am here and it does feel like no time has passed. So if you're contemplating a run because it's so long, or maybe it's a gym session or something that's uncomfortable, it doesn't have to be to do with fitness at all, like that time is going to fly by. Even if it's a dieting phase and you've got to do it for X amount of weeks, say like 8 weeks or something, of tracking your calories in a deficit and then reverse dieting, like it's temporary. So yeah, just know that. And I mean, obviously the discomfort after running kind of can last a bit after, but like you get this feeling, you get this happy feeling after as well. This is probably one of my favourite stretches for my hips. Ooh, good for the adductors too, so on the inside. It does help that I work in the fitness industry, and I have now for like 4.5 years or something, as a personal trainer and nutritionist for probably 4 years or 3.5 years or something. So those things do really help me, but it also doesn't mean I'm a professional like running coach or anything. I've never studied running. I think there was maybe one lesson that we looked at running for maybe an hour, and it was just about like form and different drills, and also like how to take someone through a session not an athlete necessarily. We did look at some things, but we didn't like learn in depth because that wasn't what the course was about. It was about becoming a personal trainer, not a running coach. So there'd be other courses where you can like learn specifically that, and maybe I would learn that more so for my own sake probably than for coaching anyone else. Maybe, you never know. But yeah, you learn also a lot out there by doing yourself, especially when you've already got a good base layer of education, especially like with myself in nutrition and general training in the gym for running, and then just the nature of progressive overload. You apply that to running as well, and all of those things. So I've got a good base level of knowledge, probably more than a lot of people that obviously haven't studied PT or whatever. Or worked in the industry and worked with other people's bodies and their own bodies for years. So I'm grateful that I've had that opportunity. It doesn't also mean that other people that haven't studied at all don't know more than me. There's definitely a lot of people that do, because they've been doing for longer, they've been practicing for longer, or they've done more research dedicated to that specific thing. So I just wanted to disclaim this, just in case you're either comparing yourself to me, or, because I feel like that's less likely, maybe. But also maybe if you are worried or if you think that I know everything, I definitely don't. So make sure to take your life into your own hands. Oh, you can hear my mouth, it's so like dry. I need more water. But I'm also gonna go grab coffee, and then I'll probably get like a sweet treat from the dessert window thing at my partner's food stall.
Okay, it's beautiful blue skies. Wait, yeah. Beautiful blue skies. I don't know why I decided to walk. I thought, oh, you know what? I'll walk to the cafe or to the food store and get a coffee, and I'll sit there, read my book, journal, have a coffee, have a small treat. But now my feet are killing me. Look at the blue skies. But I'll feel better, and I'll get to sit down there and relax. It's nice and cool. I thought it was supposed to be really hot today. But it's good because then I can cozy up. Oh.
Alright, I'm off the couch just for a little bit though. Feeling tired. I haven't napped yet though. But along with, I had 2 pieces of crumb chicken and a coffee for breakfast essentially, which is not enough food. I got also from the food store my partner works at, I got a salted caramel slice. I've had this before, it was in a long run video, like a vlog, a couple of weeks ago. Am I gonna have the whole thing in one sitting? Probably. I'm gonna eat this, but I wanted to do a little recap for now, and then I'll vlog the rest of my day as I recover. It's 11:37. I've been on the couch for probably an hour. I started watching a movie. I've watched maybe 20 minutes of it, and then I was just on my phone for the next 40 minutes maybe, I don't know. I'm not actually counting. Although I do have a timer going on my phone, and it's been going for 302 hours. Do not ask me what I'm timing. I'm not timing anything, but I'm just timing to time. I just started it one day, one night, one gloomy night, and I just didn't want to stop it, so it's still going to this day. I did accidentally pause it once for an hour without noticing. That was a rough day, I'm kidding. Recap. So I feel good, like thinking back on the run, like the only hard part, I mean, okay, no, it was uncomfortable many a times, but I think that I did well in breaking it up into 8-kilometer blocks. My next run, I can't remember how long it is, but I've only got one more proper long run after this, and then it's like a taper long run, which is probably going to be about 20 kilometers, so still long, but like not as long as these other ones. Like, it feels weird saying 20 kilometers is like short, but in the grand scheme of it, in like comparison, it is. I feel super accomplished, and I thought about this mid-run today. I don't know at what point. I think I was still just before halfway at least. I wasn't at 16k yet, but I was like feeling good. Like those first 2 lots, I was like feeling really good for a run. Like, runs are not going to be comfortable anyway, but I was feeling good. I was like, you know what? This is going to be one of those runs that makes me proud and happy that I stuck to the plan, because the last couple weeks, this week has actually been good, the last couple runs, but like the Gold Coast, one of them was good, the 15k was good. This is all in the last vlog as well, or 2 vlogs ago or something. But the week prior to that, the 27-kilometer run was brutal. I cried so many times on the run. Period pain was awful. And yeah, the 29-kilometer run that I was supposed to do, like I didn't complete, and then finish the kilometers the next day. So like, yeah, that was like disheartening in a way, but I also still got the kilometers done within the week and still trained, still showed up as best as I could and knew how to. So today was one of those times where it's like, okay, this is where that effort and that mental resilience training is paying off, as well as the physical training. I have gotten faster, and for a while I was like, fuck, I'm getting slower. And like, although speed isn't actually priority right now, so I haven't gotten that much faster, but like this, like little bits count. It took me about 15 minutes more, maybe just over, than it did for my 27-kilometer run, and that's a 5k difference, which I cannot run 5k in 15 minutes or close to. I think, especially not with that pace. So like, it's cool that I'm getting even just a little bit faster, because that does make a difference over long distances, especially because I'm already not super fast on my perspective, like to who I'm comparing myself to, which isn't obviously necessary. But yeah, I'm already out there for long periods of time on my feet, so where I can cut down as much as I can, like it's helpful. And I'm also just stoked that like those slower kilometers, like some of the last few kilometers were slower, but there was 2 or 3 really slow ones in there in comparison to the other ones. There were maybe 30 seconds slower or something, or more than 30 seconds slower, which 30 seconds, not very much. But in the grand scheme of things, over time, it is. Like, if you ran 30 seconds slower or faster for every single kilometer, that's 32 times whatever number, like 30 seconds, which I cannot do in my head, so I'm not even going to try. But, like, it adds up. So if you feel like you're only getting a little bit faster, or only like 15 seconds, like, it might not seem like much, but it adds up over time. Whether you want to do those bigger distances or not, like, it does actually add up, and you should be proud of yourself. Think about, like, even just the marathon, like professional marathon runners, it might only be 1 or 2 seconds per kilometer difference, or per mile difference, that makes them in the top 10 or in the top 1, like winning. So, like, yeah, every little bit counts. So just be proud of yourself for that. I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier, but I also didn't wear headphones at all for that entire run. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I mean, for a lot of my long runs, actually, I've been spending probably 70% without it, and maybe listen to a podcast for half an hour, and then music for 20 minutes or something. So like, I don't typically listen to that much, on the long runs at least. Which is weird, because on the shorter runs I'll listen to music like the whole time, pretty much most of the time, the whole time, like most runs the whole time, when it's like the shorter runs. And the 15-kilometer run, I watched YouTube videos the whole time, because I did that on the treadmill the other day. Like, but on the long run, I don't know, just wasn't in the mood. At first it was because it was dark and I wanted to keep, be alert with my surroundings, but after that I was like, you know what, this is enjoyable. I am enjoying this, and I'm having a good dialogue with myself right now, so I'm gonna keep it that way. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go do the recovery pools at P3 Recovery in Port Melbourne. So I've got my swimmers on. They got a cute little matching set. Okay, let's go. Spend a couple minutes in here in the cold one, so this is between 5 and 10 degrees Celsius, and then I'll go between this one and the hot one. Takes a bit to get used to.
couldn't figure out for a while what I was craving. And then I thought about Nando's, and it was clear. It was Nando's. 4 chicken tenders and a sweet potato peri peri chips. This is my first proper meal of the day, but I've had 5 gels. I didn't have any of the muesli bar things on the run. I had the pre-run snack. I had chicken and coffee, and then the salted caramel slice. Now this. What a wholesome diet. Fuck off. Just fly.
Alright guys, it has become that time where I say goodbye. I'm sorry, but I can't do it anymore. Anyway, I'm just ending this vlog off because it's like 5 p.m. 5:19 p.m. I just packed a bag. I'm just gonna chill out to finish this movie. I keep getting distracted by my phone and just scrolling. Like, I used to be so good with not doing that about a year ago. In 2023, I was just like good and like, it's not that I'm not focused now. I mean, it probably is, but like, I was just not even entertained by scrolling at all because I wasn't in the habit of it. So I actually got real dopamine and so therefore didn't crave to scroll on my phone. So yeah, I know I can get back to that. It's just a matter of, creating that habit again. But yeah, so I've scrolled quite a bit today, probably for at least 2 hours total. That's a long time. My training split at the moment has been 3 runs, 1 boxing class, 1 class at F45, and I did a HIIT class this time, so that's my like cardio cross training. And it's also engaging some muscles as well. It's kind of like a hybrid session, I suppose. And then another weights session. So 6 sessions a week. That means some double days because I've dropped down to 2 rest days, or increased to 2 rest days now from just the 1 because my body wasn't recovering well and just like the stress of it wasn't obviously like doing my body any good. My body's not ready for that amount of load. Because I'm already increasing the volume of my training anyway, so I don't want to decrease the amount of recovery I'm having at the same time as doing that. I will thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in the next vlog video of whatever. Just another little reminder that the men's collection will be launching very, very soon. By the time this goes out, probably within a couple of weeks. But yes, take a look. Anyway, bye!